Alright guys, welcome back. Today we have lesson 5.4, and just like everything we do in Algebra 2, no matter what the new chapter is, we end up doing equations with it, okay? So we're going to take these rational expressions and now we're going to go all the way, baby, we're going to solve for x, okay? Alright, this first example is a proportion. All a proportion is two fractions that are set equal to each other. The quickest, fastest way to do this is just to cross multiply. So draw your arrows. All right, 7 travels with x, and then 4 travels with the x minus 6. And again, all a proportion is just two fractions set equal to each other. And then look, it turns back into chapter 1, okay? We're just going to be solving for x like normal. So leave 7x alone. Distribute the 4. I know you are tired of doing that property. Distribute. 4 times x. Make sure you do 4 times 6. Most people mess that up. If you have x's on opposite sides, that's when you change the sign of one of them. So I'm going to change the 4x to negative 4x. Now you have 3x equals negative 24. Divide by 3, divide by 3, and you get x equals negative 8. Haven't talked about restrictions yet in this chapter. A restriction is a number you're not allowed to have as the solution. And in this case, look, if I had gotten 6, I can't plug 6 in here because 6 take away 6 would make it be 0. Alright, so one of the restrictions is your answer cannot be 6. Also look over here, there's an x here. X can't be 0, you can't divide by 0, so here's your other restriction. X cannot be 0. So we're good to go with the negative 8, okay? Again, hey, we're taking something new, rational equations, and we're just changing it into an equation like you've been used to. Alright, let's see if we can kick it up a notch. That one was sort of fun, but let's find one that's more entertaining. How about if we slide to number 8? No, let's do number 6. Alright? Alright, so again, this is Algebra 2. Make sure if you're in my Algebra 2, it's an Algebra 2 video. Alright? Alright, looks good to me. Okay, yeah, again, it's a proportion. Okay? So, you're going to cross multiply. Alright? Remember, this is a binomial, so you can wrap it in parentheses. So that first arrow is 2x minus 3 times x plus 4. This by times this by. And the other arrow is 2 times 3 is 6. So you're just cross multiplying. Look, this is a by times a by. Alright, a by times a by at first is going to give you 4 answers. 2 times 2 is 4. Alright, let's go ahead and double distribute. So 2x times x, 2x squared. 2x times 4, 8x, minus 3 times x, negative 3x, negative 3 times 4, minus 12. See how I have 4 separate answers? Then we combine the like terms here, so now you have 2x squared plus 5x minus 12 equals 6. Okay, and this is what I appreciate about math. Anything that we learn, okay, anything new that we learn ends up turning into something old that we learned. Does anyone remember how we solve if we have a quadratic? Yes, how did you remember that? Yeah, we have to set it equal to 0. Excellent, so glad you're here today. Alright, so now I'm going to come over here and I have 2x squared, alright, plus 5x minus 18 equals 0. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to set it equal to 0. Then you can factor if it'll factor, or you can do the quadratic formula. Alright, so I don't know, let's just try the quadratic formula. It's been a while. Here's A, here's B, here's C. Alright, here comes your quadratic formula. Negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. Alright, and it's just plug and chug. Negative 5 plus or minus square root of 5 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 18. I'm going to leave the bottom off for just a second, just so I can save some room. Negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 25. And you guys remember what happens if one of these is negative? All right, it's going to turn into addition, because you have that negative 4 and then negative 18. Take my old trusty calculator here, and we're going to do what? 8 times 18. Get a grand total of 144. And leave the negative 5 alone, plus or minus. This is the square root of 169. Okay? Remember, I left off the bottom. Then this is negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 169 is 13. Okay? Now I got to slide in the denominator. So negative 5 plus or minus 13. Remember this 2 times a, so that ends up being 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, once you get here, you have 2 options. The first option is you're going to add. So negative 5 plus 13 is 8 over 4. That's one option. Negative 5 minus 13 is negative 18 over 4. I'll handle that one. That one's really easy. All right, does anyone want the other one? The other one's what? Negative 4.5. What are the restrictions on this equation? I can't have, look at this denominator right here. I cannot have x be negative 4, so we're good to go. All right, guys, fun, fun, fun. Hey, at least it takes our mind off of other things. And it is good to see you. Talk to you later.